Yeah,
We're
you
recording.
know how it goes. It's whatever.
Oh, before we get started, I gotta say, I had put it on my community tab, but this is Josh. This is 3 years today.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
And look, y'all can either thank or blame Josh and Appalachian
No.
PIA.
No.
Yeah,
No.
3 years ago. I had, remember I sat on it for like 2 weeks. I was like, I just didn't want anything to do with that. But you and Appalachian PIA, they're to blame or thank for it. But 3 years ago.
Hey, can we throw the real deal out there? I didn't really care for Casey at first.
You didn't. The first time you met me,
I thought it was a setup.
He was very annoying. I was like, I didn't know he was going to be. Where's Appalachian PIA? Girl, if you watch this on you. But she's like, I'm not telling him. I'm not telling her. And she was like, I was like, I'll be a guest speaker. But I was like, I don't want to, she was just like, and I was just like, I don't want to be up. I don't want that target. I don't want to do that. And Josh was like, who's that? But then you must have because you were like, you got to make a channel. I was like, nah, I'm good. But thank you. And now look.
I know. Yeah, I'm thankful. I am. Yeah. Thank you.
I am truly, truly grateful, even though I just didn't want any part of it early on. I just didn't want to do it. I prayed on it and everything, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful God crossed our path and crossed my path with so many people that I've met here. I wouldn't if I wasn't on this platform. There's a reason for all of it, truly. So thank you, guys.
Yep. 2025.
2025. Here we are. We made it through 2024. I mean, we may have been like limping and crawling across, but at least we've made it.
Yeah. Man, look, Shift was supposed to happen like 6 years ago. Shift, WROL, all that stuff. But we're still in the fight. Apparently, they're taking their time rolling out this stuff. So
I think they have, like anything else. I think they've had hiccups of their own along the way.
Okay.
Setbacks. I think they do. And I think that's why and this is just my opinion, I think that's why we'll see these rush of things like really quick. Like, what? Oh my gosh. And then sometimes it's like that kind of that slow kill. It kind of goes. I think they've had little things happen as well, that little setbacks here and there. And then we see this bombarded. It goes really fast, like so much at one time. And then other times it's like, that's just my opinion about it.
That makes sense. No, seriously, it does.
But they still have their end goal. Where they changed it. Well, it used to be 2021. Now it's 2030. Yeah. So they still have a goal. We should have goals too. At least we know what their plan is. And we knew a ton of stuff we knew 2024 was going to be stupid. 2025. Let's just go.
Look, I'm trying to contain myself, but seriously, y'all, man, look, I've never walked into a new year in the situation in the state that we're in right now. I never. Everything is up for the grabs. Everything. Major changes.
I feel like you kind of get. It's going really fast like that. You'll get settled. Like, okay, this is okay. You got to kind of settle what's going on, and then it's like they shake the jar up. Yep. And it's like, wait a minute, what happened all of a sudden? And like so much has happened between. Sorry, life. It's real life.
I got you.
Walking through, leaving. Older kids coming back.
That's what's up.
See squirrel. Gosh.
Don't go squirrel. It's 2025.
But I think that, go ahead.
No, you do your thing.
No, I think that so much so much could happen. And we blame the current administration. We said they can do so much, and which they have. They still are what they have. They're like, they can do so much damage. Things are going on, and within the next 2 months.
Yeah.
And that's the side we expect. The side I expected it from. But then, the ticket was, hey, here's my ticket. I won my ticket from T-Man, right? And then I'm like, man, he's doing changes where he's even in the seat. And things are like, there's things that he's went on that I'm like, well, that's what you went on, right? And now y'all backpedaled.
Hey, I didn't say nothing. That is her. This way. That is her. I didn't say nothing.
I always fly against the wind, so it don't bother me.
All right.
But I mean,
Like this.
there's things that are moving and shaking
Yeah.
within that. This side, because you always think, okay, people look at it this side and this side. It all comes down the same funnel, in my opinion. But you're seeing some changes.
Man, they're changing, guys, fam. There are things that are changing. There's new revelations, new things that is beyond what I could even imagine happening right now. Along with all the other things that we're all seeing on the ground level type deals. Look, Casey. Okay, so this video, let's at least for me, Casey's gonna tell you what this video is about for her, but at least for me, I want to try to give you guys a couple tools, some things that I am doing for 2025 to take control over my sphere, what I got going on, because I can't count on anything else. What what was it? Self-sustaining, preservation,
Well, there's so much out of our control, and things are so much out of our control. And I think it's like we have to reevaluate our situation, and everyone's just going to be different.
Yes.
And you need to, I just think people need to evaluate things and prioritize things differently. Things are going to be different. It needs to be, and I always say it, different things. I'm like, you better do this now before you're forced to. There's different things. You better do it now, because when you're forced to, man, it's going to hurt.
Remember that, Casey, because I'm going to ask you to say that a couple times throughout this video. I'm serious.
Right.
All right. Where do we start? 2025. Look, I want to keep this on. I want to still keep this on 2025 type note. Fam, we got to. We're moving forward. We are all blessed to be here. Everyone that is here, we're above the dirt to see 2025. It's a blessing. We need to be thankful. We need to keep moving forward and doing the best we can. But we do have some ideas that we want to try to pass on to you guys to maybe make it a little bit smoother. Maybe make it a little less crazy and confusing. I get worked up.
I think you got to be aware. You need to be aware, and knowledge is power. I say all the time of the negative, concerning things that are going on in the world around us. Yes, you don't need to put your head in the sand. You need to be aware of it. But I still encourage people all the time to be like, but you need to focus on positive, because your mind and body will follow that. It's like, but you need to say, I know all this crap is going on, and it just seems an endless list of things that are awful negative, but I got to focus on the positive. I got to focus on,
Yes.
But what I do have control over. And I think even if it's so simple things, if you're like, but I have control over this and I can do it and I can change it and it's my doing, that's better than things being, when you're looking at things, all the things are being stripped away from us.
Yes. We need to be the positive, guys. Fam, 2025, individually, we need to be the positive. I'm not going to lie. Look, we all have people that look up to us. People who see what we're doing, see how we're moving through society, see what's going on. It could be kids, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be on YouTube. We need to be the positive. Seriously, we can't wait and rely on someone else to bring us the positivity in 2025, because you might be waiting for a long time. You just might. We need to be the positive in all ways possible. Seriously,
and that's why I'm very, very particular. And people get their feelings hurt, and I am sorry you're going to have to deal with that. But I am very protective over my energy, like who I allow to come up around. If you're around somebody that's always negative, always tearing down things, always having an excuse of things like that, and I know that sounds horrible, but it will drain the life out of you. It will pull you down in the dirt, and that's why I'm very protective. I'm like, hey, I can love you and pray for you from here, but you don't have to see things the way I do. And we all have bad days, and you help people out. That's not what I'm saying. So don't get all crazy in the comments. But I'm saying that going into 2025, the things that we have to face are be coming from all, and I'm talking about from the people at the top and the spiritual realm warfare of things. You need to be careful, because if they're not choosing to do it, that's on them.
The hairs just stood up on my arm. Look, fam, hey, we need for y'all to hear this. Listen. So just the YouTube, the things. This is something new, and I just wanted to pass it on to you. But a lot of these videos that I'm watching now on YouTube or that pop up in my feed, the World War III thing, the we're all gonna die now. The I'm not gonna call it the fear. I'm not gonna call it that, but there are a lot of things that just get recycled to wear on your energy. Look, I'm not paying attention to those things. I'm not. Look, you have to find the priorities that are important to you. Seriously, and that is what you focus on. The things that will affect your life in its immediacy. Because if you listen to all those videos, and there are thousands of them, they will start to beat you down. I'm not talking about like the whole fear porn thing, but like what Casey was saying, what you allow to come into your mind.
Yeah.
You gotta protect it now more than ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, you gotta even think. I'm gonna bring up something of this. I have to be very careful how I put it on. There's a word in here I can't say, but with all the AI stuff going on, I just saw a video last night, and I don't even know where it came from, popped up. I can't remember now. But it's all this like these AI relationship type of things. Ooh. And all these AI things end up encouraging these people, teenagers, to off themselves, and they have.
Yeah.
You talk about, okay, you know how the whole, it's just all of that. And I know people are like, oh, I would never get caught up in that. But I'm not talking about it had to be to that extreme. But you know the whole thing they said, oh, you better be spending more time in God's word or praying than what you are on social media.
Yes.
What you doing other things. I think there is that you gotta prioritize, you gotta look at yourself, you gotta be honest with yourself. I'm not saying go tear each other down. Look at yourself and be honest with yourself, because you're the only one that's in control of you, not your family, everything else like that. You can't force that on anyone.
Yes.
But I think you have to be like, and then simplify. I mean, I think you have to step back, and I'm big on making lists, and that's just my personal. I'm making lists. If we talk about simplifying,
yes,
that is that is kind of the thing I feel like people need to take into 2025. Okay, because they're still going to want you to spend, be in debt, be more dependent. Your focus is on this frivolous stuff, and you're not going to have time to survive or you're not going to have the money to do any of that thing. And that is what they want. So why are we not being stubborn enough to say, no, I'm not falling into this trap game that you're playing with us?
Yeah. Look at it this way. So now the fancy word now is oligarchs, but just rich people, the people who own the businesses and the designer stuff and the cars. They look at money. They don't look at money as the same way we do. They are out of the money game, right? So they look at what we spend our money on, because whatever we spend our money on, to us it's our money, but to them it is our life force.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's to us, it's just some money. Oh, yeah. But they're looking to see what are we willing to give a portion of our life away for. And Casey talked about simplifying. Look, I'm going to tell y'all, 2025, if you don't take anything else from this, it is time to simplify. It's time to simplify. Steaks? Yeah, that was nice. That was fun. Steaks, that was good. It's time to simplify. Maybe some cube steak. Maybe cook it with the kids. Show the kids how to cook it. Make it taste good. It's time to.
I have to throw this out, and you might as well go and check yourself. Every one of us. We have become so spoiled, and compared to what things that went on in history, how people that was a once in a great while treat.
Get them, Casey.
Instead of this convenient, spoiled. Instant gratification of just throwing things around. It's not going to be like that. But you can survive. I think that's what it's like, oh, but I don't care. Want a lot. That's okay. Yeah. You'll appreciate it more when you get it once in a while.
That's right.
And I just think that, and that's across the board. Different in everyone's situation is, I can't give you a list. It's going to be different. It's going to have to be. There's this book I brought up, and I love this book, and I brought it up, oh my gosh, maybe 2 years ago or something on my channel.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a book based on all these stories and families and information and recipes and all this stuff from the Great Depression. And y'all better start studying the real history of that, because you're going to learn, you're going to survive. My grandmothers brought me up in that, because they were like, they would talk about going without because it hurts less when your hand is pried out of your hands. You don't have it. They say that all the time to me. Mm-hmm. But this book was called "We Had Everything But Money." Fantastic book.
Oh, wow.
And it's got pictures and everything in it. And it was like, I pray for 2025, when times are getting tough and it's tougher at the grocery store and at the house and having different things. I pray there is a different unity in family and community. Yes. I just pray that yes, this looks awful. This is a struggle. This is taken away because I'm used to this. I'm accustomed to this. When that's taken away, I really am praying that within families and community, there's a different simplified unity and appreciation.
Yeah. Casey, I'm looking forward to this. Fam, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking forward to this. A simpler life. Yeah. I promise you, I really am. I can do away with all the fancy, frivolous. I can do away with that.
I don't live like that anyways.
Yeah.
We don't even have a dishwasher in this old farmhouse. I wash everything by hand.
Hey, did y'all hear that?
I do. My mother didn't have one either. My grandmother would have never.
No, you don't wash the dishes. The oldest kid does.
Well, I mean, I have kids. My oldest kid moved out and grown.
Bam, did y'all hear that? Wait, when was the last time you washed dishes, Casey?
Oh
no, that's it. Let's move on to.
I wash dishes 3 to 4 times a day. Look at my hands.
All right, okay, I got you.
But there is that is a thing about appreciation of things, and I'm like, if the grid goes down, but it was just, now could I put a dishwasher in there? Yeah, I could buy a dishwasher put in here, but I think it was the way. It's the old ways of just doing things that you just have been accustomed to.
No, that's good. What was that commercial? It's stuck in my head. Dawn, take me away. What was that commercial?
Dawn for your hands.
I think so. Take me away.
Right. We do. And that's just like I was talking about, I don't know if it's backstage or before we got on here. Mm-hmm. Like because we're in Florida, so our growing season's a lot longer and different anywhere in the South and these tropical areas. I mean, like last night we went out to the garden and cut 2 huge heads of bok choy, and there's a lot more out there. And I cook those things. I mean, that's what we live off of. Eat in season. I hope to goodness y'all are growing some herbs or stuff you can grow indoors no matter where you live at. You can grow some stuff. Yeah. There may be certain herbs that will keep you alive. Get your garlic, all that time. There's these things that it's just a simplified thing. And I'm big on also, I'm like, you better have your salt and your spices and your herbs, because you may be eating super, super simple. But I'm telling you what, if you can spice it up, it's not going to be so simple for you. It's not going to taste as bad.
The fundamentals. Yeah. Let's do this, Casey. I don't know. So let me just say this. So the things that we're talking about, like self-preservation, taking control, being the positive impact that surrounds you, not running with the rat race. We're not saying that the world is going to end. We're not saying that like, oh my God, the sky is falling. But what we're trying to preparedness, y'all know what community we in. What we're trying to say is what, Casey? Like, prepared now so that you're in control and you're not being forced to do something when you're unprepared. It's basically preparedness. It's the same stuff.
It is, but I feel like it's a different level of preparedness. It's not the go out and buy the frivolous and the keeping things.
Yes.
All my supplies about ever. I think it's a different preparedness as in our mind, in your lifestyle, and the things, and I just think it's more important if you make the choice to make something simple and start cutting things out or going low or anything. It doesn't sting as much.
Yes.
It doesn't make you as angry when somebody snatches it from you, or if it seems like immediate.
Thank you, Casey.
Because I chose to do that and I was in control of it. They didn't take that from me. And I think that if you start, and I'm like, you better be doing these things now before you're forced to. He's practicing your preps or doing certain things. I'm telling you guys, I'm sorry. And I know people are going to get upset. Nobody's going to fix what's going, and nothing. It's going to, I think 2025, people are going to be surprised. I think there's things coming. And, I think that you better start.
Yeah.
You can do it more slowly, gradually. Like just even if somebody, they have a vice they have to get rid of. We talked about vices before. Quit smoking.
Yes.
Some people are like, I got to do something this way, or there's something
No.
else instead of just like somebody made to do so cold turkey doesn't hurt as bad. Or if you're coming off of medication, some things you can't. It's kind of that same mindset of thing. I'm going to reevaluate our lifestyle, our situation, and start cutting little things out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And simplify. Even the holidays. How much did we talk about that? And how many people
Yes.
are like, no, we focus on this, this, and this.
Casey, families couldn't.
They can't.
Families they couldn't, I used to do it big. Just, no, but put on a credit card, run it up, run a credit. No, they could not do it. Yeah. So I'm thankful that a lot of families that I talk to actually it's what we need to be getting back to anyways. They actually took a stance as to where we are going to enjoy family. You know what I'm saying? Like the basics, the food, the family, not so much the big ticket gifts or the fancy family. Yeah.
I mean, if you like the price of food or whatever, somebody's like, I can't afford a whole turkey. And it's low, so they should do about the price even more. I don't care. I don't care if you ate sandwiches. If you ate sandwiches together and you had something, you didn't go to sleep with you hungry, then, and thank God I was raised that way by my grandmothers. And I'm sure it's because of what they went through. And they lived that. There were certain things they were like, I'm not doing that. I'm not accepting this growth of anything.
Right.
Because I know how quickly that can go. I know what it takes to survive. I know what it was like to go without.
Yeah. I want people to thrive in 2025. And thriving is not going to be to get that raise at the job. Thriving is not going to be to go get to upgrade the house. Thriving is not going to be to go get that new shiny car.
Right.
That's not what time it is, y'all. Thriving is easy now. It is internally making yourself happy.
Yeah. And the simplify, and I mean, make those type of goals. I'm making this goal that I'm cutting this down. I'm changing this. I'm simplifying this. I'm changing my mindset about I can go drive through and get a $10 cup of coffee every morning. No. Fix your palate and go make your own coffee at the house.
Make it at home and make it fancy. You know what I'm saying? Make it fancy at home. Be in competition with Starbucks.
They've done all these things, and people are accustomed to that now. They've done it on purpose. It's still part of the thing and all how everything goes. But I still feel like we should always look at New Year's. Like I don't do resolutions or I don't mess with anything like that. I never have. It's like I still like, okay, well, let me reflect on this past year. What have I learned? What lessons have I learned? What do I need to change? What has changed in me? What prayers have been answered? List those things down. Going into 2025. Even your fears and worries, concerns for 2025, well, write them out because you may be able to flip back and be like, oh, this prayer was answered for this and write it beside. I do that in my prayer journals all the time.
Gotcha.
Because it gives you a mental thing because sometimes you forget that. You forget that positive because the negatives are always louder than the positives.
Gotcha. That's true. Yes. Look, y'all. Look, I want you to enjoy 2025, but I'm gonna tell you, 2025 is going to be a shaky. It is going to be. Y'all already see how unpredictable it is, and we haven't even started it. It's going to get worse. So with all of the is this a word? Unpredictability? Is that a word? No, I don't think it's a word.
It is for 2025. Maybe we'll just use it the last day this year.
All right, I'm not gonna say it again. Y'all know what I'm saying? With everything as shaky as it is, fam, I'm telling you, you have to create the stability yourself. It's gonna get crazy. Things will not make sense. You're gonna be disappointed. You're gonna be let down. Some cases you may be happy. It's going to be all over the place with the craziness that is going to transpire in 2025. So your best bet is to create the stability yourself in your sphere, mentally, physically.
If you're going to the grocery store, however you do things, going there and be like, oh man, I'm depressed. I'm stressed out because look at the price of this meat. Look at this. I want to You're gonna have that. Well, you need to simplify it before you go into there. And here's my meal plans, and I'm gonna go in and say, no, I'm not looking at that because I can't get ribeye and New York strips and all that stuff. But we could throw some burgers on the grill.
Yeah, some fun meals.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And that's why that book, and I'm big on, look, I don't care who says it, admits it, if they try to put the modern word on it to try to avoid it or whatever, because people don't have this heavy thing. The Great Depression, they went through this same thing. They went through this, and the people who adapted better were more self-sufficient, and they lived a simpler lifestyle, and they made it. And I think that's the big thing is you have to tell yourself, tell your family, if you have to say it every day, I'm going to make it. Just because if you have nutrients in your body, you're gonna make it, and you can. And that's how many times that we did those videos. We were talking about more than anything, you better be prepared mentally and spiritually.
Yes. Yeah.
Whole thing like today, I had to go to a couple stores.
You scratching your hands?
Huh?
You scratching your hands? Did you just scratch your hands?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean money? I think my grandmother told me that. Oh, y'all, never mind. I don't need this video.
Yes, he's out.
Today, I went out this morning. I had to go to one store, and then I had to bring some stuff back. And then I was like, we go to a local butcher. Go to a local butcher. We stack up. We have a stand-up freezer, a big freezer. It's a stand-up freezer. Huge. We have filled that thing up with I don't know how many birds. We just always fill it up with any meat we butcher on our own or we buy. And I brought the first round of stuff home, and I did unload, do all that, and then I was going the opposite way. I was going to go onto our butcher. That's what I have to do every month. And our deep freezer was broken.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my goodness, everything's going out in here. So I'm like, this can be saved. This is fine. This has to be dumped. And I was like, thank God I did not go and buy to stack this joker up and it's broken. And it's old. Like it's old, but it works fine. It looks great. It's always worked fine. There haven't been any issues, but it's just one of those things. And it's just not. For a couple of days, we thought things were going on. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just, that is what we have to, and that's a simple thing. You better be able to adapt for the changes that are coming. And so we just turned around and I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take that deep freeze. We'll lay it on this back and we're burying it out in another area of the yard and we're using it as a root cellar.
Gotcha.
And And I mean, that was like, and I'm not going to run out. I'm not running out. I can't run out and just buy another deep freeze or stand up freeze or anything like that. But I don't, the grid could go down and none of this electricity is going to work. I mean, I just think it's going to be your mindset and your attitude to get you through what's coming a lot.
Without a doubt. Seriously. Look, we can never lessen the value of freedom seeds and pew-pews. We can't, in the preps, all the cool stuff. This video really, yeah. But I'm telling y'all, things are coming in 2025. Seriously, where you're gonna have to have a fortitude, like mentally, you're gonna have to be able to stand and say, no, we're not doing this. This is what we're doing.
We're not going out and the entertainment type stuff that costs so much money. There's so much entertainment, and it's going to be simple things that people are like, oh, well, that's old school, that's lame or whatever. I mean, there's simplicity of like playing board games with your family.
Yes.
Being at home and not going out spending money. I'm telling you, there's so much growth in that.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
communication.
No, we're not going on vacation every year. We're not going out and spending money and doing this. Maybe make goals for yourself. I mean, people eat out and say like, we're only going to eat out once a month then.
Yeah. No, Casey. Yeah. Seriously, that eating out stuff? No. So I've cut back so much. I've cut back so much on almost all of the frivolous stuff that like I'm actually comfortable doing it now. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Olive Garden the other day. I was like, nah. Went and got some ground beef, which was still expensive. But a 1.5 pound pack was like $8-9. I was like, Jesus. Some ragu sauce. Came home, whipped it up. I've got 2-3 days worth of good spaghetti.
We always make huge meals, and I had a big family and a bunch of kiddos, so we always made. But I was like, I made so much more because so often, and even when Huckleberry for the long time, when he went to work, because he's been remote for many years now, whatever we had for dinner, we ate for leftovers for lunch.
Yeah,
my
it
grandmother
works
raised me that way. You saved it up, and that's what happened. And so when he wouldn't eat out all the time. Now I'm not saying not ever, but that he took his lunch.
It works.
It does. And give yourself time, but you need and you're going to have to, it's just that it's another fighting temptation of that convenience. Oh, I'll just pop in the drive through here right now. Well, you just spent $30 on 2 people on some crappy fast food.
Yep.
It'll make you angry.
Cooked 4 hours ago. Yeah. Just sitting under a hot light. Casey, I'm telling you, look, so fam, look, we're basically somewhat unplugging from the compliance, unplugging from the system in 2025. We want less dealings with the system, because I'm telling you, the system is going crazy. When I talk about the system, I'm talking about the financing system. I'm talking about credit cards. I'm talking about debt. I'm talking about working a non-livable wage job. I'm talking about that type of stuff. We got to move away from that, seriously, because it's only going to get worse. Casey, the dude I was working with, he was like, yeah, my son, he stays with me. We wanted to build his credit. No, that's something that like every parent, adult has wanted their kids, take on something to build credit. So he was like, so we took him to the dealership to go get a new car. I was just like, oh my God, now?
Are you crazy?
So, and it was a beautiful Honda Civic 2024, bells and whistles. And I was just like, I gotta find out how much that thing costs. You know what I'm saying?
Look, how much you paying for that?
Casey, do not. You don't need that shiny car. You just need to get back and forth. Casey, it was a 2024 Honda Civic, which came out to $28,000 for a Honda Civic. That's $30,000. But then he said, they added the warranty and some other stuff. Thing came out to when it's finished, $35,000 for a Honda Civic. I said, wow. He's like, yeah, he's 18. First job. Well, how much are the payments? $750. No, that's not even insurance.
An 18-year-old male with insurance. Don't even start on that one.
That's what I'm saying. Look, do not indulge in this rat race any longer. And if you got it, you got it. Do your thing. But if you have to make decisions, whether it's going to be the mortgage, the rent, food, something the kids needs versus a car payment, please.
People, and I don't know a lot of people. There's probably is, but I don't know a ton that are kind of in this community or whatever. I'm like, if anyone's still got any hint of anything in them of keeping up with the Joneses, you better get yourself right. You better
trust me.
Your focus.
Yeah. 2025.
I don't care. Like you have got people in this society have got to get to where they're like, I don't care what others think or doing. I'm not trying to stop.
But that's all we are bombarded with right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's social media, the highlights, Facebook, Instagram, social media. It's the highlight reels of people's lives. Like that kid.
You.
Yeah.
The misery and struggles and worries and everything.
Yes. That kid I just told you about with the $36,000 Honda Civic. Trust me, he's going to be putting a whole lot of videos of that thing getting freshly washed at the car wash and him taking pictures like this. But he ain't going to show you when it's about to get repossessed after like the 5th payment because he can't afford the insurance or he's riding around without insurance. They're not going to show you the reality of the situation. The rat race is done, y'all. Step out of it. Yeah. Step out of it now. Don't do it. Yeah.
Simplifying. And I'm big about that anyways in my house. I say the biggest thing, I'm not a frivolous person. I never have been. I just haven't. And that's just my personality. My big thing is like sentimental and practical stuff.
Yeah.
And thank God.
Yes.
I was raised that way. Thank God I was raised that way. I just was. And so I'm grateful for that because in that sense, I don't have that struggle of like, well, this is kind of how my personality is. This is what I care for doing these things. So it's hard to break that. And I understand. And I'm not talking bad about anybody that's doing that. I'm not talking about it. It's just that we are coming into we've been in different times, but the things that are coming, these are different times. And I'm telling you to do things now, simplify things in your house. Do I need this? Is this functional?
Right.
Even if you go through your house and like, we don't use these things, we don't need these things, sell them for extra cash.
Or you can
do those type of things and get things out of the way. And and then maybe it's not sitting right in your face. Or like, man, I should upgrade these things. If what you got still working, my God, the worst one is cell phones.
Yeah.
Upgrades, hundreds and hundreds of dollars per phone. And I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. I hate a new phone. Ask Huckleberry. I can't stand it. And I'm always like, I wish I still had my old flip phone.
They tried to get me, and I was looking, and I thought about that payment. Do I want to pay an extra $60, $70 a month on top of everything else? Mm-hmm. No, I don't. It works perfect.
We don't have. This is a personal level of things. We don't have credit cards. We don't do credit cards. We don't do anything. If we can't pay for it for cash, we do not get it.
We
have not ever been that way. And if people are like, oh, well, you got to have it for your credit. Well, no, I don't need to have that if I'm paying for it for cash. Stepping
out of the system, Casey.
And that is a fraudulent reality of what that is with credit.
It is. That's the trap. That's the trap that keeps you working, giving up your life force, your lifetime for something frivolous that you.
And I think it's because it's that instant. I want it right now. And it could be just a feeling, a moment of something. How many times, anybody, just be honest with yourselves, have you gotten something on on the fly, and then afterwards you're like, man, I should not have spent money and got this.
This crap. Yeah.
I know. And that is. And I think that's that thing. It'll give you your time. My livestock, any large equipment or anything that's needed for this farm or repairs. If you have a farm, I'm telling you what, your repairs and stuff, it never ends. For our tractor or different thing, it never ends. Everything is bought with cash. And you may not get it then, but it's going to be, this is a goal I'm working for, and I'm putting money aside and I'm doing it, and you're going to appreciate it, or you're going to realize why you're saving up for it that you don't really need it and you're not going to spend it.
Let me tap in for a quick
second. That's something we have always stuck with.
Yeah. So we're talking about like being ahead of whatever's coming. So you aren't forced to have to make these changes. You've already made these changes and you're happy with these changes. But the whole credit card thing, and I wasn't even going to go into this, but that is something that is about to change. A lot of these car finance companies, they're not financing people because the rates are too high and the amounts are too high now. Things are changing. Credit cards, they're not lending as much as they used to be. Casey, since I have managed to travel a little bit outside of the country, this is one of the only places where if your heart or your mind envisions you in this beautiful thing that you cannot afford, there is a way for you to attain it. Right. This is the only country, well, they're Western civilization, but everywhere else, it is unattainable. It does not happen. You know what I'm saying? And so that's going to go away too. 2025. Listen, I'm not saying we're not going to go into the golden years, probably, but it's going to be chaos. It's going to be confusion. It's going to be pain initially. But the credit thing, that's going to be something that's going to be going away. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're not going to be buying. Look, you're not going to do Christmas on a credit card and run it up $10,000, $15,000, and say,
paying on that and thinking,
till the next Christmas.
That down a little bit, and here it is, Christmas again.
Yeah,
do stuff like that.
That's not going to be happening where we're going. Y'all already know there's certain entire facilities that are going to be done away with. They're talking about doing away with the Department of Education. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of things are going to be going away, and our ability to just put it on credit, whatever our heart desires, is going to be going away.
I feel like as much as that's going to sting a lot to a lot of people,
I
think that's a good thing.
Yes, I'm happy about it. We get back to reality.
That it's like, they're accustomed to different things. I mean, I'm an old soul. I mean, I just always have been, and I swore I was born in the wrong era.
Me too.
But a lot of these things, I'm like, take it. Come get it. Take it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm already simplified a lot in comparison to society. I mean, we are, and it's
Yeah.
a choice, and I'm grateful. But then there's still things in us that we are going to have to simplify and change.
It's like Noah, the days of Noah.
We are
He
in the
he
days
told
of
he told everybody. He said, "Look, a storm's coming, storm's coming, storm's coming." You still got these people investing, which I can't be mad at them. The youth, 20, 25, 30, they're still investing in this system.
Mm-hmm.
But the houses are absolutely through the roof. I talked to people who, like in the 50s and 60s, bought houses for $20,000, and the house is still standing. People still living in it.
Yeah.
Now that same house is $200,000, and the youth are like, "Well, I guess I got to pay it because I got to get a house." The system does not work anymore.
Speaking of real estate, I mean, I know people who are brokers in real estate and everything, and they're like, they told me, they were like, "Look, the banks are not lending.
No,
They're too scared to lend." And she said, and she told me, she said, the majority of the things that she has, black rock and all that,
yeah.
all of them, they get all of they snatch them on first. Boom, boom, boom. That ain't nothing to them.
Fam, we got to stop Casey. We have to stop Casey before she starts saying words that she's not supposed to say.
Going out 2024 the bank, but anyway.
No, that's not how it works.
But look, so much, we talked about this earlier, and this has been going on. So many things are getting so high, and it's getting worse.
Nobody's gonna watch a 41-minute video, Casey. I'm just saying.
Y'all better watch a 41-minute video. We're not done yet. Anyways, look, for real. And then people are losing their homes. They're like, "I'm gonna go ahead and sell now because it's gonna be taken," and then some are in foreclosure. Yep. And then they go out and they had a house that they had, and they find a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,800 or more.
Yes. Yeah, that's what's happening.
I think there's still always points that you will own nothing and be happy.
Be happy. It's happening. It's happening. That's what I'm saying. Simplify. Take yourself. Yep. Detach from the system before the system detaches you. Do it now. Start to make small changes.
I find the positive in the things. I'm
glad
this has changed. These are the things I am looking forward to. It's going to bring me and my family closer together. I'm not going to be caught up in this thing and stuff that, that instant gratification. And then afterwards you have those regrets. You won't have, just don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was somewhere today. It's just little things that just blow my mind. But I was somewhere today, and it was a little kid on a scooter. A little kid on the scooter, and I was helping this lady walk, but he was going by, and he had on this fat diamond gold chain.
Stop it! You gonna get robbed out there with that?
No. What I'm saying is, it's the youth are still seeing these totally unattainable things and trying to replicate. Like his mom should have told him, "Take that crap off. What do you?"
Yeah.
What do you? And then talk to him. Well, you don't need that. Just be yourself. But they see these rappers with these big diamond. It was probably something off Amazon for like $10. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he was just wearing it just as proud and stuff. And it's just like
younger generations, the ones that are just coming up into adult, they don't get a normal start into adulthood.
No.
Because in adulthood, you come in, it was like, you got a starter home, or you had this, or you bought your first car. Whatever. Yep. That stuff is not doable hardly at all anymore.
It's not.
They have been robbed from going into a normal adulthood. Yes. And are going to continue to do it. They're not going to know.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, 2025. Hey, fam, look, let's make this one of the best years internally, individually.
Yeah. On the positive. Find positive.
It's there. It
is there.
It's always been there. It's just they don't really want us to, take pride in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to dilute it. But it's get the family back together. Start eating meals around the table together. Have conversations and let the kids tell you why are you asking me about my day? Because I want to know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes at this house. No electronics allowed at the table. No electronics at the table. Read together. And you raise up your kids, you better have people ask me all the time, like, why don't you do stuff like you're preparing, like cooking different things? And I'm like, well, because I got a bunch of kids and they're right beside me. because I'm like I was my grandmother's. They're learning right beside me.
Yeah.
It's not like, let me go off. I'm like, no, they're here and they're helping. They're learning and helping right beside me, because that is something about the kitchen and eating and preparing food and preserving food and all the type of stuff is a very family oriented thing to me.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's me and my grandmother. That's why I'm the cook.
Yeah.
But y'all, the only thing I can say is, and I ain't gonna get into politics and all the craziness and everything that's unfolding today, but
Not today, right now, but later.
Man, it's crazy. Did
Y'all,
you hear
please stop! Please stop putting some people on pedestals and thinking that nobody's gonna save you.
Man,
things that people are game for. I'm saying it. This ain't Josh, y'all. I'm saying it. You want to be mad and hate on me? Just go ahead. KCLittleout@gmail.com. I mean, that's why I said I think it's humorous. That shouldn't be it should be your focus. And I said when this came on, and who got it, your focus and what you need to be doing should not change at all.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear today that they found a burner account for your boy Elon?
Why are you talking about my boy? You know I can't stand him.
You know what I'm saying. Did you hear that? The burner account where he was like backing himself up like, oh, Elon has to be one of the best fathers on the planet to do this for his kid. But it's him like backing up.
So
man, it's crazy.
And man, he is like, look what I tell you. We were talking about, look, there are too many captains on that ship. They will take it down, and they're going to try to take us down with them. I'm telling you right now. But the stuff that he's talking about doing.
Yeah. I'm going to get out of here. Look, what about the fog? I just saw a video where in Texas, where I'm at.
It's global. Look, we had fog at 10:30 today.
Is there something to it?
Huh?
Is there really something to the fog?
Yes, there's really something to the fog. Because look, here we do it, and we would write on the car where it been, and it was like this white powder substance you could kind of after where the fog set and kind of dried.
Man.
But like we've been having this, and we have fog, especially you live around water, so like you have fog, but it's different. I mean, at 10:30 a.m., the fog was so thick, it looked like it was like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And it's everywhere. But it's been doing that type of stuff. And I didn't think, and speaking of that, and then we're going to get out of here. Fog's in. Where are the drones at? I'm just asking. Okay.
I hear you.
Drones are gone. Aren't they? It's all quiet now. Now it's the fog.
Man.
Y'all better be on board. Whose bingo card was Deadly Fog or whatever it is.
Hey, Happy New Year's, everybody. Y'all be safe. Yes.
And thank you for my 3 years on this journey on here. Thank you, Josh.
I have nothing to do with it, but I appreciate you. Yes, yes. I'm so very glad
for 3 years. I'm still trying to get him to win.
I'm glad me and Huck crossed paths. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I know. Josh like family does. Josh, Huckleberry be like, did you hear from Josh about something? I'm like, no. I text him. I'm busy.
Really? All right,
guys. I appreciate all of you. Happy New Year. Stay safe.
Happy New Year, y'all. Be safe.
2025 word, simplify.
Simplify.
All right.
Jesus' name. This little life.